So
yeah. All right, well, this is your last chance, guys, to tweet about this. Get everyone watching. This
Do
is
it.
going to be a crazy
Get on
best
Twitter.
of 5.
This is going to be crazy. HuT is pretty darn good. KingKong is, of course, amazing. There's a Terran Hope. We have Terran in the grand final against the Zerg. It's not ZVZ. Tell everybody about it. Get on Twitter.
Could be history in the making. All right,
Hashtag cut for HuT as well, apparently. So
apparently.
Get it out there. Let's do it.
We are going to get the countdown started. Players are ready. We're ready.
I'm so excited. I'm not just ready. I'm super excited. You guys, do it. Watch. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell your grandma.
They probably won't care.
They probably not. But like,
tell people who care. That's important.
Tell people who might care. And if they don't care, make them care.
That's true. Don't abduct anyone. That's not legal.
No, that's
Unless
a little bit too far. Oh no! Unless they're a broodlord, in which case you can't abduct it. Hey!
All right,
guys.
We're in the game. Let's get this started.
So, to the bottom left-hand corner of the map, as the teal Terran, it is fray'HuT.
Cut for HuT.
Cut for HuT. There he is there, looking handsome as always.
And who's this guy up here?
Looking so handsome. This guy, the Korean player, there he is, you guys, you can see him on stream. He is x5.KingKong as the Blue Zerg, concentrating, bearing down on his opponent.
I'm just so happy this is TVZ. We were talking so much yesterday about how exciting this matchup is, and then how much the matchup compounds in a grand final. You know, you've got all the most intense moments in TVZ. You got all the explosions, the Ravens, the Banelings, the Siege Tanks, Hellions burning everything. And God, we saw a lot of that yesterday.
Yes, we did.
It's going to be so good. I love it.
I can't wait. I'm super excited. And, ooh, camera's going a bit crazy there. So what's been your favorite part about ACL so far, man?
Still, you know.
Still the ZVT yesterday? Or?
Still your series, actually.
Oh, my series?
Yeah.
Really?
I've been talking to a lot of people today, and I was having an interview with Infeza earlier today.
Yeah.
And he was asking me, you know, what's been the most exciting part of ACL this weekend? I was like, dude, it's Kez's series. It's the little surgical strikes of 5 roaches, sniping Colossi and getting out of there, you know. That sort of style, the really crazy aggressive style. Those were my favorite games of yesterday. So, could change with this series. You're still on top for now.
Just for now.
We'll see what happens.
Hopefully, hopefully the series sucks actually then. So I'm still on top all the way through. But.
That's all that matters now.
Yeah, exactly. As long as I look good, man, nothing else matters. So. No, of course not. But here we go actually. So the game is getting underway. Not too many early shenanigans. KingKong actually does take a gas before pull, which is a little different. But not the biggest of deals, so we'll have to see what happens here. But how do you like this map for ZVT? Have you seen much on it?
I see a lot of really cool little curving ramps. You know, these areas where the units will naturally path around the edge of a ramp or around a corner, and they make for great spots for Baneling landmines. And it's always exciting when the Marines get nice and tight going up the ramp, and then boom, you just see so many corpses flying in every direction. My favorite thing to see. So I'm a big fan of that. We were talking a lot yesterday about how this gold base is exposed to tank fire on the low ground and that sort of thing. You've got a lot of coverage from taking this watchtower, allowing you to reach this potential fourth of the Zerg. And that's obviously, of course, why we see most Zergs take this one up here. It's a lot more available. There's a nice funnel here where you can really, really capitalize on units being clumped up. That sort of thing. So, you know, it has a lot of interesting dynamics, but it's also, it requires a very risky style from a player to capitalize on those dynamics.
Yeah, definitely. HuT actually relatively risky in as a Terran player. Not super safe somebody like Igers, who typically plays, you know, super safe macro. HuT does sort of take risks. I mean, we saw in that game against Pez. Blocking the drone! Oh, Jesus. But yeah, we saw again in that game against Pez, he, you know, went for that Hellion Marine drop, which is relatively risky in TVP.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you know, HuT isn't afraid to bust that and try something like that. But does need to make sure this Reaper doesn't die. Or get injured too badly. But he should be fine.
I would love to see that drone just come back up and like cut him off. Like a single drone block
punch
and this
him right in the face. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
He's going to pull back now, though. And did he just make the one Reaper? Okay, no, he does have a second Reaper.
Yeah.
And then he does have that reactor going on that barracks, factory being built. KingKong has pretty much finished mining gas. One guy on their left, so, you know, not too much gas, so... He's just going to chill a little bit, and
I like that we can see KingKong has really quickly identified exactly what HuT's opening is going to be. He's not going to be surprised at all. We've all seen a lot of HuT over the weekend. And as far as Terran openers go against Zerg, there's not a lot of variation. So picking up that really, really, really fast Zergling speed, it's going to really neutralize exactly how much information these Reapers can get.
And he's actually going to make 24 links here, so he's going to try to go and put a lot of pressure on here with all these speedlings. And these Reapers actually do need to get out of here. Speed is about to finish. But HuT actually isn't going to see the flood of Lings, so this is doubly bad for HuT.
Look at these rally points.
Oh my god.
He knows
KingKong
exactly
has
where he
one
wants
thing
to
on his
be.
mind right now, and that is kill HuT. And HuT doesn't have a bunker, and that wall is not super close to being finished.
Yeah,
he's going to have to be.
through.
Yeah, he's really going to have to close that up really soon. But I think the Lings are going to be here too quickly.
Oh, the first few do stream in, and it only looks like 6. This is the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
HuT's focus is down here. All of a sudden, another 20 Lings sweep in from the top.
Oh my lord!
He's surrounded the Hellions already.
Oh, this is terrible for HuT. That third command set is not going to finish either. It was so close to being finished. Oh, this is terrible news for HuT. Does have to cancel it, and he's going to have to lift this natural as well.
What a painful start for HuT, and what a clever play from KingKong, really identifying the exposed weakness here of HuT. Yeah,
definitely. I hate to do it, but I think HuT was a little greedy with that wall there. He saw the extremely quick zergling speed from KingKong, and he knew that a flood of Lings was possible, and he still didn't try and close that wall. A lot of the times you can cut your command center by 10-15 seconds to get a few extra depots to make sure that wall is closed, but HuT didn't sort of do it. So I mean, you know, it's kind of. And he got punished for it, and that's what KingKong does. You know, KingKong's a super aggressive Zerg player. He relies on sort of forcing errors out of your opponent, and he gets it done again. So
yeah. Now it's funny. It's something that you actually raised yesterday when we were watching HuT play on King's Edge on Station. Was how that he always builds the third on the low ground. And how it is such a risk. And in this game, we saw that come into play. KingKong read him like a book.
Yeah,
punished him for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, now even KingKong might have to get into the main. He does actually manage to get a few Lings up here, so he's going to see everything of HuT. Not going to get too much damage done to any sort of like drones or anything like that, or SCVs rather. But he does see, you know, exactly what's going on now, and so there's no HuT's not going to have any surprise blows coming out anytime soon.
8 SCVs have died already. Normally, you know, in this sort of scenario where there's like 6 to 8 Hellions out on the map, usually we see something the other way around. Yeah. A little bit of a difference
and
here.
Not only have like 8 SCVs died, but like HuT doesn't even have a third command center. Like sometimes you can get away with this with 3. Oh, sorry, excuse me, he does. But like he's still in a lot of trouble. 26 drones to 26 SCVs to like 53 drones. So he's still in a lot of trouble. Stim nearly done, so he does have that going for him. And the factory actually had a tech lab on it for a while, I thought, which was really weird. But oh, there's like a spare.
For the siege tech.
There's a spare tech lab. Oh, okay.
I guess
he was worried about roaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Roach follow up does happen a lot of the time after breathing pressure. So that was really nice played there from him. But not going to eventuate actually. And we see now Aspire barely nest on the way for KingKong, so he's just playing his normal sort of game.
Yeah. Very clever from KingKong to really capitalize on that and take not only a quick third, but a very, very fast fourth.
I just saw that fourth, actually. That's crazy.
Really, really sharp play from KingKong there.
I mean, he knows that, like...
He's so far out of his comfort zone right now. This has had complete interruption on his entire build order. Normally at this stage of the game, you know, he's the one directing the pace. He's deciding what happens next. At this point in time, he can't leave his base. He can't get any map control.
He's got, like, literally, his vision is nothing on the entire map. Like, he can't see anything, and then look at KingKong. It's just like, this is crazy. Like, HuT must feel so, like, just gross right now, knowing that he's got no idea what's going on. I would maybe like to see him scan soon, just to check if it is mutas or roaches or something like that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it actually probably doesn't even matter because anything is really, you know, going to do a lot of damage to HuT. Probably he's that far behind at the moment. So what is HuT trying to do here to come back and to force himself out of being behind? It looks like he's going to try and push out a little bit and maybe try and get some creep spread sort of stopping. I mean, look at this creep spread. This is ridiculous from KingKong at the moment.
It is 11 minutes into the game and half the map already belongs to KingKong.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Scarlet-esque sort of creep spread.
I swear to God, he's got like an extra person just sitting there spreading creep for him. It's like, how do you do this alone?
Like with an extra keyboard connected just so he can like play.
That reminds me of back in the day, I used to play Warcraft 3 with Paz and Figgy a lot, and we'd always have like the backup guy. You know, the using the items on your hero was on the numpad.
Oh, really?
And you'd always have your TP on like numpad 7. And you'd have the guy sitting next to you while you were laddering, and you're like, oh, emergency! And you just double tap the 7 on the numpad so you can TP out of there and get out in time because you're too busy microing everything.
That is way too keen.
I think he's got something like that.
I'm going to hope that was illegal in tournaments, however.
Oh, of course.
All right. Just checking. I don't know.
It was just for bad people with bad reflexes.
Oh, of course. That makes plenty of sense then. So KingKong now is going to come in here with a few mutas, and HuT doesn't have any turrets up. He does have a decent marine count, but not the greatest. But KingKong doesn't even have like a lot of mutas out just yet. So it's not, you know, it's not the biggest deal. But HuT is going to try and land his third command center and try and get something done with his econ here. But it looks like KingKong is looking for an attack here.
Now, +1 melee, carapace, and +1 infantry for both players is just finishing. So kind of on even ground as far as the Marines and Zerglings go. But of course, Marines, the upgrades. Ooh,
here we go.
Oh, he's actually going to go for the engagement. Wow. It looks like there's enough mutas there to actually make this happen. Getting a bit
doesn't need
dicey.
to pull back.
Okay.
Doesn't want to lose too many. I think he thought the Marines were lower than what they actually were. Like, but he needs some split against these Bailey. Oh, nice splits. Okay, there we go. That was good.
I think, King Kong felt, he's like, okay, my 1-1 just kicked in. Now's the time to take this engagement.
Yeah.
And of course, the 1-1 kicked in for HuT at the exact same second. So
exactly.
kind of nullifying that advantage immediately. All right, so let's check out the Muta count. Was 17, dropped down to 14, lost a few there for a moment, but still a healthy number for King Kong.
Yeah, that's
HuT
the
is
biggest deal.
He's trying so hard to keep the creep off his side of the map.
This is filthy as hell. Like, oh my god.
It's terrifying.
He's gonna have to waste like all of his scans just to clear the creep. Like, he's not gonna be able to drop that many mules, which means his production is probably gonna suffer a little bit, not too much. He does have a pretty healthy SCV count now, up to 63 or so. So that's going well for him. But in the meantime, King Kong is looking like he's gonna engage here. So, not bad splits. It's okay. That's okay.
Pretty good.
He's still, he's still got a little force out. So I mean, he can still try and accomplish something, but he's gonna bug out of there. So
it's actually like really impressive seeing that he's prepared to move out on the map after being this far behind, right?
He's got balls, man.
Yeah. If this is me, I am just overwhelmed by this sense of helplessness. I'm like, well, I'm screwed. I just sit in my base and wait to die.
There. Yeah, exactly.
Or maybe I can do a big doom drop. Nope, Muta's killed it. Okay, I'm screwed.
And then you really are screwed, and then like that's it. But he's I mean, he's doing everything he needs to do to try and get back into this game. He's cutting off the creep spread. He's trying to trade. But I mean, King Kong is just so far ahead, like not to hide anything. He's going to pull out with his medevacs and pick up all of his units, so that was good by him. Nice play there, but does need to reinforce a little bit so he doesn't lose a medevac. Oh, man.
I think I heard a Widow Mine burrowing. Yeah, I think he was just a little bit preoccupied with these Widow Mines, not to get the Marines out of that medevac. Unfortunate.
One Widow Mine, not the most useful thing either. I mean, King Kong now is just solidifying his lead here. Is that a word, solidifying? Yeah, no, that's legit. Yeah, he's like taking a 5th base, infestation pit on the way now. So he's going to tech really quickly here. Sometimes players like to stick on Muta, Ling, Baneling, and not go for that, infestation pit and hive for quite a while. But King Kong's like, I'm ahead enough that I'm totally safe to do this. Like, if it was even, like sometimes you can just die because there's, gas going into hive and infestation pit. But King Kong's like, I'm so safe right now. I can totally do that straight away. So really nice play coming out of King Kong.
Oh my god, a huge engagement coming out here. The Baneling's rolling in, but HuT splitting so effectively. They can't
HuT
get
has
those
split. Yeah, HuT has split really well today, consistently. I've watched most of his games today, and he has consistently split really, really well. So, oh man, this is a lot of stuff.
The Banelings are looking for that connection. It looks like they might get in there. The Mines did manage to take a few out, but there's just way too many Banelings.
There's just so much stuff. Does manage to clean most of it up though, but I mean,
oh my god,
lord,
so many more Banelings.
No
How many Banelings is
way.
that? 41 Banelings crashing on it, and HuT does not have a response to this.
There is, oh my god, this is just. He does have a tank actually.
This one tank is gonna have to do a lot of work.
Getting some money shots, but yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Oh, I don't want to see what happens to these SCVs.
GG gets called. Oh my god. That was incredible.
That's scary. How do you beat that?
That was like seeing a little kitten get squished by a car or something like that, and just like brains going everywhere.
Thank you for that visual.
Oh, no worries, man. I mean, I'm sure
Very
400 people on the
though.
stream just cringed all of a sudden, but
wow.
Oh, that was just a.
What do you even do against someone that good?
I mean, well, this is why, man. This is why he takes our jobs and he wins all of our money and he cooks Korean barbecue. I mean, no. Like, to be fair, after that early aggression, HuT was in such a bad position, and he actually did a lot of really good things to come back. But it just wasn't enough at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So King Kong takes game number 1. So
I just, I watched that and I don't see any flaws. He read it like a book.
Yeah.
He shut down his opening. He got the economic lead.
Yeah.
His creep spread was crazy.
It's like,
his
what do you
composition
do?
was perfect. Upgrades were perfect.
Yeah.
Do you have any flaws? Come on.
Well, that's the thing, man. And like, what gets me is that, like, you see these players who, it looks like they have no flaws, and then they go up against, world-class players like Polt and stuff like that, and then it looks like those guys have no flaws against the guys who previously had no flaws, and it's just like just the level.